name is Okechukwu Joshua Otazi, and today we are going to be talking about the difference between true and then the false match. Alright, so what I mean is we're going to be talking about the difference between an exact match and an approximate match. Remember I promised earlier when we were doing the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP and then the lookup that I'm going to be explaining to you what to mean by an exact match and then an approximate match, or what to call false and true. Alright, so friends, at this juncture, I'm going to be explaining to you where they become very much handy and very much useful. Without wasting much of your time, friends, let's just start with the exact match. I'm going to come over to this cell over here, and I'm going to type in my VLOOKUP function. Alright, so given that this particular data set, I'm going to type in VLOOKUP, and then I'm looking for this particular value number 1. Alright, given this particular value, I'm going to put a comma sign. The next thing it's asking me for is the table array. Of course, my table array is going to be this entire table. Remember, I have to lock it so that our formula becomes correct. If I don't lock it, trust me, we are going to get the wrong thing for our formulas. Alright, so now that it's locked, the next thing I'm going to do right now, friends, is to put in my column index number. What column am I trying to search for this? Alright, so this is column number 2. So I'm going to put in the number 2 and then close my bracket, and then I'm going to click sorry, not closing my bracket yet. Alright, so and the next thing I'm supposed to do right now is to say an exact match, which is this over here, which is false. And I close my bracket, click on enter. Alright, so friends, at this juncture right now, we have 564 corresponding to the number 1. Of course, we are going to have 987 correspond to the number 9, and then 1332 correspond to the number 14, and the rest. But what happens to the number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the likes? That not 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that don't appear in this particular data set. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to come to the bottom right, left click and drag to the end. Now what happens is that it's telling me not available. Not available, meaning this particular data, this number 2 is not available in a data set, so it can't assign any value to it. Number 3 is not available, it can't assign any value to it, because what I'm using is an exact match. Alright friends, I'm doing an exact match, and so if those values don't appear on our table, we don't have any value for them, they are not available. But for the numbers that are available, like number 1, number 9, number 14, and number 19, we have some values already outputted for them. Alright, so friends, that's basically one of the ways in which you can use the exact match. Now let me just show you the difference between an exact match and an approximate match. So without wasting much of your time, I'm just going to do a lookup, click on this, and then a comma sign. Of course, the same thing, just highlight this over here, and I'm going to lock this function F4, and then I'm going to remember we are doing a VLOOKUP, sorry, carrying out a VLOOKUP. So I'm going to then put the column number, that is column number 2, and then I'm going to put in what we are an approximate match, which is true. Right, remember the last time we did false, right? So that was for this section, we did false. Now what's going to happen over here, friends, as I pull and drag down? Now for this particular number 2, we are also going to have 564. Now what Excel is doing is that for the number 1 to 8 is going to assign this particular value to it. Right, for the number 9 to 13 is going to assign this particular value to it. For the number 14 to 18 is going to assign this particular value to them. Alright, then for the numbers below above 19 and the value 19 is going to assign this particular value to them. And so that's what an approximate match does. An approximate match works with a range of values. Alright, so a particular value will correspond to a range. Alright, so that's basically what the approximate match does. So if I specify the first number 1 and then specify another number 8, alright, whatever value I give 1 is what the number 1 to 7 is going to carry. Alright, so right now I'm going to click on this left click and drag down just to the end. Alright friends, so that's how it basically works. You can see over here from number 1 to 8 we're having the same value for them, a range of value. Alright, so the interval between 1 to 9 are having the same value. From number 9 to 13 they're having a particular value over here, and then from this particular number down to this number they're also having a value with them, and then number 19 is just having 3000. Alright, so friends, that's basically how we work with the approximate match and then the exact match, and that's the difference between the two. Alright, so friends, sometimes it becomes very much important that we use an approximate match, and in some cases sometimes maybe when we get to more complex data analysis like simulations analysis and maybe some other type of analysis, sometimes you will need to work with an approximate match, and so in that case we would have to delve even more into the approximate match. But at this juncture right now, friends, I'd like you to just go to your worksheet and then practice what you've learned so far. Thank you.